Couple swans in the pond. I don't think I've ever seen swans in this pond before. Anyway, hello everyone. I am at Palgrave. I haven't been here in a while. I didn't fat bike here once this winter, so it's been since the fall that I've been here. So quite a while, I guess. A few months anyway. Not 100% sure if there's been any changes here. We will find out. I still have not swapped out my saddle, so I'm bound to probably have some buzzing today. I will try to not fully lower my dropper post. Figure that might help. Since I did my last video here, they've added this trail. I've ridden it a couple of times now, but this is relatively new. It was open last fall. It's okay. It's kind of like two different trails in one, which is kind of neat. It starts off in this kind of ridge zone and then goes into some pine tree areas with a couple of little jumps. So yeah, it's fun. Honey barbecue or something like that. Ooh. There's the barbecue for the honey barbecue name, and somewhere there's some beehives, or like I don't know what you call them, but like old beehive area where it was like commercial beehives, those boxes that you see that have bees in them. That's where the trail got its name from. Apparently. I honestly don't know where the beehives are. I used to see them years ago, but I don't know where they are now. Unless I just miss them. There goes the buzzing. No drone today. I didn't bring it with me today. Yeah, I didn't bring the drone today. I was kind of deciding to come here kind of last minute. It's Sunday, and this weekend I had to move my daughter out of her university apartment, and oh my God, I'm getting old. So I was pretty sore and slow when I woke up this morning, and I wasn't sure where I was gonna ride. I was gonna just do a gravel ride, and then I thought, nah, let's go up mountain bike. I'll just go to Palgrave. Other than the trails that are like literally out my door, these are the closest trails to me at home, so I was like, yeah, I might as well. I'm also trying out another new camera. Like I said, I spent a lot of money in recent months. All with the whole bike packing plans in mind, but all with mountain biking as a kind of a secondary consideration. And so this is a new 360 camera. This is my first ride with it, and I got the brand new Insta360 X5. My old 360 camera was an X3, and there were a lot of things that frustrated me with that camera. I used it most of the time this past winter. But when I started seeing the reviews of this camera, it was hitting a lot of the issues that I had with my X3. And didn't see anything but good reviews on it. So new trail work ahead. Okay, didn't see anything but good things in terms of its reviews for mountain biking. And so I was like, okay, finally I will update my 360 camera. This is a nice little section here. Right here should be a really good test for it, because one of the things I didn't like about my Insta360 X3 was the wind noise, and this one is supposed to have some AI chips to get rid of wind noise, and it's also got a built-in wind muffler on the main microphone. And so right there's quite a bit of wind coming directly into the camera, into my face. And so hopefully I'll see a significant improvement. Now, I haven't bought any accessories for this camera yet. The main thing that I haven't gotten yet is a second battery. It's supposed to have really good battery life, and so we'll see. It's a bigger battery than my X3, and a lot of horse poop around here. They're saying that you can get 3 hours of recording time. I'm not planning on riding 3 hours today, but I do only have the one battery. So hopefully I don't run out of battery partway through this ride. I will buy a second battery. I just didn't yet. It's dry in here, holy cow. For an April ride, it seems so dry in here. The other thing I didn't like about my old Insta360 X3 is I am not a photographer. So So when it comes to things like setting white balance, ISO settings and stuff like that, color grading, I am not very good with any of that. And I found the Insta360 X3 auto settings were not very good. You really needed to mess around with ISO and white balance and stuff like that to get a decent image, at least in my experience. And I found relying on auto, the footage was often very dark and dreary looking, especially in the winter. Snow looked gray instead of white. And so this year I really tried to get better at setting white balance and stuff, but then it's not like you can do one setting and forget it. I would be riding in cloud and have to really open up the white balance, and then all of a sudden it would be sunny and everything would get washed out in white. And so this camera, I think, is supposed to do a lot better with auto, because it's got, again, it's got 2 AI chips. I think one for audio, one for video, I think. But if it is a set it and forget it and rely on auto camera, oh my God, that'll make me pretty happy. Be interesting to see how the camera does through here with how dark it is. I didn't lower my saddle all the way, thinking I didn't want to buzz off of that drop. And it worked. This is my favorite trail here. I like going down into the dark cedar section. It's got the nice big drop. I like those wooden bridges. Favorite trail here. It's got a tricky exit right here. I do the high line. I come up here. rather than do low line and then turning sharp into the roots, I try to stay on top of them. And 70% of the time, it works every time. Ooh. Try to avoid that happening. Usually I try to do that section without touching my brakes, but today I was grabbing brakes into a few of those corners. Oh well. Yeah. New berms. Nice. I think they were here last fall, but still nice. I think they were here last fall. I can't remember. New big berm. That's cool. Another one here. Nice work, Andre and Liam. I know those are two of the trail builders from the Caledon Cycling Club, so kudos to you guys. Ooh, just ducked my shoulder into that. Nicely done. Although this place is some of the closest trails to my house, I don't ride here that often because I've just ridden here so much over the years. I'm sure there are segments in here on Strava that I have like 100 attempts on, at least. But it is convenient having trails this good close to my house. I feel like I should explain why I put a different saddle on this bike. I talked about it on my golf like video. But it's all because I'm trying to figure out what saddle is the most comfortable saddle I have for the bike packing bike, because I figure I'll be sitting on that the longest when I'm pedaling. And I do really like the saddle that came on this bike. So I was gonna put it on the bike packing bike and then try out the other, well, slowly work out what saddle I like the best. But I will have to maybe go back to my old saddle that was on this bike, back on this bike. Maybe put the saddle that's on this bike right now on the bike packing bike, because it's pretty comfortable too. And with no suspension and me not jumping the bike packing bike, I don't think I'll ever rub the saddle with the wheel. I was a little out of control on those. Oh well, I survived them, but I felt a little a little more out of control than normal. I am getting close to the end of my ride, and I have no idea how much battery life I have left in the camera. So I'm gonna say it now just in case. Boo kept me safe. Boo, please keep me safe for the rest of the ride. I always have to honor her. But if I make it to the end of the ride, I'll say it again.